Sent out. We should be live. Can you hear us? Boys in the chat, Alex Dobbins was first. He was first by a mile as well, to be fair. So Al,
straight in there.
Good evening. Hope we're all doing super well. And Nina's in the building. Terry, Noah, Surfler, and Shaka Boom so far. Lads, what is going on? I've got a very special guest for me today.
Don't know about that.
He just wants to be known as Josh, but
Call me whatever you like, Harry.
Okay, I appreciate that, mate. Is your Sorare name Genki?
It is.
It is. Okay. Okay, so he's known as Genki in the Sorare. Sorare, whatever. Oh, have I lost him? Have I lost Josh already?
Oh, there we go.
Josh, sorry. I'm losing you.
Yeah, sorry,
I'm losing you.
We're having some technical issues. You're back now, though. You're all back.
Okay. Okay. You're still frozen for me. Oh, no, you're back. You're back. No, you're back. You're back.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so I hope.
Good start.
Sorry for that shaky start, lads. I bring Josh on the stream once, and he already is ditching me, as Rob says. Jenky's left. Josh is left. Jenky returns. But yeah, how you doing, mate? You good?
Yeah, all good, thank you. Yeah, very good. I currently have Marco Grulla in play. He's chasing me down a prize in a Challenger Rare Pro this midweek.
Would you need a decisive, I'm guessing?
Yeah, I basically need him to DA up and then hope AZ don't absolutely crush Gil Vicente.
Okay.
So we'll see.
So you're anti-AZ this week or this midweek?
Yeah, I'm sort of always anti-AZ. I don't have any AZ players.
Okay.
And they always do me dirty, to be honest.
I thought it was a bit unfair actually, because I had one of my Portuguese lads, Zaidu, my unique actually, was playing against Gil Vicente on Monday night, and they're playing again tonight. I thought that was a bit unfair.
That's pretty standard with Europa League stuff. Monday, Thursday.
Yeah, same, but then AZ had the weekend off, didn't they?
They did, indeed. Yeah.
That was the reason why I thought, you know what, I feel like AZ are just going to smash them tonight. I've not bet on it, but if I was a betting man, that would probably something I would do.
Yeah, fair.
I think off that sort of 3 day.
I just hope they concede, because Zagreb conceded, which wiped out my Livakovic clean sheet. So I sort of need AZ to concede.
That makes sense. Shaka Boom in the comments. Josh is jumping into limiteds. Josh, is this news to me?
I'm absolutely not jumping into. I'm not quite sure where that's come from. No, absolutely not. I don't know whether. I do have two. Do I have two? No, I have one limited card, which is Denny Juric from Gorica in the Croatian league. He's injured currently. But he's the only limited card I have. I mean, I've made 3 purchases today. One was a unique, oh my goodness, and 2 super rares. So, yeah.
We're going to get a sneak peek of those, Josh? Sorry to interrupt
Of course. Yeah, if you like.
Okay.
Only one of them is making an appearance in my lineups this week. It is not the unique.
It's not the unique, okay.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll get to that.
All right, yeah, we'll get to that. We've got plenty of time. In terms of what's in store, lads, basically the usual. Obviously, there's been a bit of a turbulent week, to say the least. So yeah, we'll sort of just try and run through that if I can remember most of it. I can kind of just remember what's happened today. There's been enough today to cover in a 2-hour segment probably. Then we'll get into some Josh lineup building, because I do like the way he builds his lineups. I watch it. I'm a regular watcher of Josh's newly found streams. And
thanks,
before I forget, Josh's channel link is in the description of this live stream. So if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, please go into the description, and link to Josh's channel is in there. He live streams most Wednesdays, isn't it, Josh?
Yes, mate. Yeah, every Wednesday, normally about 3 p.m. I appreciate it's not great viewing time, but just with my work and family schedule, it's pretty much the only guaranteed free time I can have each week, basically. So
yeah, that makes sense. Well, I mean, you don't have to watch it live as a viewer. You can obviously, watch it after. But Josh's sort of methods are a little bit different to mine, I guess. Everyone's methods are going to be different, which is kind of the beauty of Sorare, I guess, and how we strategize and make our lineups and what have you. But we'll get through Josh's lineups. I think he's got 11, so we might be here all night. And then we'll get through my lineups. I've only got to be fair, I've got 5, 3 under 23s, an underdog super rare, and then an all-star, which is basically
Ooh.
throwaway. Yeah, the underdog super rare is actually okay, to be fair.
I like it.
And then did I forget? Oh yeah, we'll check the Champions League draw. We'll sort of just overrun this.
Yep.
Go over that. Sorry, and sort of speak about it from like a Sorare standpoint and see who we think's going to go through, and just dabble really. So Josh,
Nice.
how has this week been as a Sorare player for you?
Wow, isn't that a good question? For me, it's been reasonably the same as any other week, I guess. There's been like a lot of outcry, I think, throughout sort of the Sorare community with like loads of things. It feels like this week, like limited rewards seems to have been the big one. I think the only thing that's annoyed me this week is the amount of challenger rewards that keep being entered into each game week, despite having, I don't know, 60% more supply than than they did at the start of the season. So maybe we'll chat about that a little bit. But yeah, like lots of controversial stuff with Sorare this week. Limited rewards, the D2 releases. Was that this week? It feels like it was this week. I don't know. It feels ages ago. But yeah, the Division 2 releases. And then obviously this announcement we've had this evening with the game week calendar for 301 to 304, which definitely looks positive. I don't know, maybe we'll bring that up on the screen and have a quick look at the tournaments there. But yeah, I think for me, it hasn't. I don't know. And this is just me in my own little world, but like obviously, like we've established at the start of our recording that I don't play any limited tournaments. So the limited reward stuff, although looking in on it was not something that affected me. Same with these new tournaments they brought out between 301 and 304. The under 45 underdog, the specialist challenger, the specialist champion. These are all limited only tournaments. So I'm not playing them. I'm not going to be buying limited cards to play them. So yeah, I sort of feel like as an outsider looking in, it's been interesting this week, but I haven't really got too many strong. Maybe I wasn't the best guest for tonight, Harry. Too many strong opinions on Sorare this week in terms of like whether it's been right or wrong. I think the only thing I would say is like there's obviously been lots of like outcry about the number of limited rewards that have been rewarded. On average, I think it's like 10% of each player or the big players. I haven't seen any. Let's use Davy Klaassen, for instance. I have no idea how much percentage of his cards have been rewarded, but maybe they're more than, say, Mbappe, or maybe they're less. I don't know. My response initially was like, this makes perfect sense to me because there aren't as many limited tournaments. Like they can only give out so many rewards, right? But at the same time, they have to keep the level of limited cards on the market high to make limited the lowest entry point for Sorare, right?
Yeah.
So there has to be a certain number of limited cards to appease the market demand to keep prices low. Otherwise, you end up having what happened when limiteds initially dropped, which was, people bought in early and then there was a massive snowball effect where limited prices just went absolutely ridiculously crazy. And then, obviously then it came back down to a more reasonable level. So I saw the only way I could see them rectifying the limited reward percentage was to introduce new tournaments. And funnily enough, here we are about to discuss some new tournaments that they've introduced in the limited setting. So, I think there's been a lot of outcry, like, they should just reward more limited cards in the existing divisions, and it just doesn't work, in my opinion. You end up rewarding players for scoring 200 points because you've got so many rewards in All-Star, right? And as much as that might be great, it doesn't. You don't need then to aspire to get better cards to win rewards, and the market doesn't cope with that scenario particularly well. So yeah, I think the only way they could have done it was to increase the tournaments. Like, I think I had a quick roundup. Last weekend, there was 9 tournaments available where you could win limited cards. And then there was 21 tournaments where you could win at least 1 rare card. So like, there's always going to be a higher percentage of rares rewarded because they have a lesser scarcity and there's more tournaments which you can win them in, It's just, basic arithmetic. So yeah, the only way they would be able to do it would be introduce new regions, and they've done that. So absolute, in my opinion, hats off to them. They've identified an area where either users aren't happy or they don't feel like that, or Sorare doesn't feel like they're rewarding limited cards correctly, or they're distributing limited cards correctly, and they've addressed that by adding new regions and therefore lots more limited card supply and rewards. So I think that's probably my 2 pence on that whole thing. The Division 2 stuff, I don't really have an opinion on, to be honest. I don't know if anyone was insider trading or if anyone had prior knowledge, or if people, like I presume yourself, just looked at pictures changing on Sorare and bought a couple of cards. But I was listening to Laird and Sean's strategy chat. Laird, I see is in the house. Hello, sir. But I was listening to them, and I was, there was lots of people in the comments being like, "There's no way it's not insider trading." And I'm not in that camp. Like, relegation lover, definitely suspicious. The time he opens the account, definitely suspicious. It looks incredibly like an alt account from an existing Sorare user that has a lot of money in the platform. I don't know who that could be, but it also could just be someone who is very rich, wanted to dump a load of money into Sorare. I don't know. So yeah, I don't really have an opinion on that, and I'm not really too interested in it. I feel like that topic's sort of been done to death a little bit, to be fair. And interesting to see, obviously, what, or if anything, Sorare do about it. I don't really see how they can do too much about it, to be honest. Was there anything else this week I've missed, mate?
I don't think you have, mate, to be fair. No, all I can think about is obviously today's sort of announcement. We had Nicholas with his little thread on Twitter, and then, yeah, like you said, the D2 stuff. Is there anything else? Well, I guess you could. I mean, the Matrix change is coming into effect this weekend.
The good old Matrix change. Yeah, and again, this isn't really going to change how I play Sorare, I don't think. I think lots of people are overestimating the effect it will have on defensive stacking, like 1 goalkeeper and 2 defenders, and saying, like, if you concede a goal now, your lineup is dead. For a long time now, this has always been the case. You're just going to die a bit harder than you were previously. At rare level, especially, at super rare level, it might have a bit more of an effect because obviously there's less combinations in play, and obviously up in unique, that again it will have a lesser effect. But definitely at limited and at rare, if your goalkeeper isn't getting a clean sheet, or isn't getting a decisive, you're not really standing too much of a chance. And no matter really what your defenders do, unless like everyone else scores near perfect and your keeper still manages to get some good all-around score. So yeah, I think people are overestimating the impact that that's going to have on defensive stacking. I still think defensive stacking is going to be a viable option, and when you hit a clean sheet, it's going to be more powerful because people's defenders and goalkeepers will have been penalized harder. So yeah, I think lots of people initially were saying that defensive stacking is now dead, and I don't agree with that. And yeah, there's some interesting new cards on the Matrix. I just picked up a Jonas Svensson today, who is an Adana Demispor fullback. And yeah, he doesn't score particularly well with or without the changes to the score matrix. Let's have a look at his L40. I don't actually know.
Should we get him up?
Yeah, literally no change whatsoever. But I picked him up because I have Artem Zuba super rare, so I was like, I want someone that I can stack with Zuba and play matchups with. So I bought him, and they play Umrani this game week at home. I have no idea who they are. I presume they are not a very good team. So, oh crikey, you've shared my screen, and now I'm flicking all over the place.
Sorry,
but that's quite all right. But yeah, so like, I've picked him up. I again, like, these scores are not brilliant. But if I'm using them at super rare, like, I'm only really using him for these weeks. The 70s, the 90s, this 60 and the 55 would also be fine. So yeah, I got him for like absolute peanuts from PAL, like 0.15 or something.
Jesus.
So yeah, like a bloke that can hit on a peak a good 70, and on a exceptional day a 90. Like, I'm quite happy to pay that.
Definitely.
And yeah, he's just going to help me out in this week. So yeah, Matrix change. I'm not I don't think it's going to change too much, guys. To be honest, like it obviously will provide fullbacks with a bit more oomph in their scoring, but I still think you're going to have really decisive, dependent fullbacks. You know, I still think you're going to have really dominant centre halves. I think the main thing it changes is goalkeepers, to be honest. Which, again, you know, I don't mind. Let's have a quick look at Joe Hart. And not
You don't
necessarily
mind because you have all the best goalkeepers, Josh.
not necessarily their like their averages so much, but it definitely moves their peaks a little bit and their troughs a little bit. Joe Hart maybe isn't the best example because he hardly ever concedes 3 goals. Who's going to be a better example? And to be honest, I've said that, and that is going to be the key to goalkeepers moving forward. Keepers that do not concede 3 goals, like you are going to want the keeper that does not concede 3. If they keep a clean sheet, then you know that's going to be really favourable. But someone like Lars Arnstall, you know, you can see that his peaks you lose some 50 to 60 scores, they go up in 60 to 70, and his 60 to 70 scores go up in 70 80. So you do get some nicer peaks. You also get some harder troughs, like you see in this game week 258. I imagine they conceded 3 here. Yeah, so they conceded 3 to PSV. On the new matrix now, that's going to be a 16. A 16 is a death. Like if you get a 16 in your SO5 lineup, you're not doing anything. So there's more like SO5 lineup killing goalkeepers, I would say, and then the good goalkeepers are going to be really good. You know, Unestall is a really good goalkeeper. You know, he basically, like, you'd be happy with these scores with an outfielder, I think.
Definitely.
40, 55.5. Yeah, like that's like a decent enough outfielder, right? So, yeah, you know, he's obviously a quality goalkeeper. Yeah, maybe stop sharing.
Yeah, I was going to say,
come back to the screen.
Yeah, no worries, mate. No worries. Yeah, I was going to say, like, the swings are just going to be a lot more noticeable, I guess, aren't they? Like, the lows are low or lower, and the highs are just a little bit higher. So, like you said, yeah, buying quality, I guess, is always applied, but maybe in the goalkeeper area, it just maybe applies a little bit more, right?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's quite clever from Sorare. Like, they're obviously looking at, I don't know about obviously, but it seems to me like they're looking at threshold stuff, and you know, low budget users might not like this very much, but it's going to be harder to hit threshold now with your standard starting goalkeeper, because of the times when they concede 3 goals. It's just going to be much more difficult, and like your standard starting goalkeeper, unless he has like an absolute worldie, isn't going to be getting you like 70 80 points. So yeah, I think it's like a smart play, although you know, some of the user base might not like it very much, but I think it's like a smart play from Sorare on the goalkeeper matrix, especially to like limit the capability of goalkeepers that concede a lot of goals. I don't think that's bad. You know, if a goalkeeper concedes 3 goals, they concede 3 goals, and that should be a pretty bad score, to be honest.
Yeah,
you know.
definitely. No, it makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense from a Sorare point of view. I guess it makes sense from an in real life point of view. If you've conceded 3 as a keeper, you've had a stink, haven't you? Simple as. So your score should reflect that for the most part. And maybe we didn't see that enough or emphasize enough, maybe in the old Matrix. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
it's a new dawn, isn't it?
Yeah. Have you got any players you got your eye on, mate, for the new Matrix?
Not really. I did make a Pavel situation today. Yeah, nothing crazy. It was just a Diego Dalot. Speaking of wing backs, right backs, whatever. Yeah, it was just a case of I basically gave him a Lewis Ferguson rare, which I lost money on, and I didn't see him ever really doing much for me in my gallery as a midfielder with like my Utkins, my Enzos, my Pet. It just doesn't really fit in for me. And I gave, what else did I give out? I gave, actually, I'll show you now, the forward that I'm actually running in this week's lineup. This fella, Son. He got me a penalty. Well, he won me a penalty today, decisive wise, and he basically got subbed off like 93rd minute. I was watching the game, like on a stretcher. It didn't look that bad. Wow. Yeah, and I only bought him in for this specific game week. So you know what, I just cut my losses and just sort of traded those 2 and a little bit of ETH for a Diego Dalot. I'm really low on rare defenders, to be completely honest.
Right.
Especially like European players. We're looking at Fofana, João Victor, and Dalot basically, and
Fofana on
a
strike
big
as well,
Vinny.
isn't he?
Fofana's on strike. Still, Young Woo's been doing enough for me, and I won a Koga a few days ago. So yeah, this is not my strong point. I've got way more super rares than I do rares in terms of quality and quantity, which shouldn't be a thing, but it is. It's just the way it's fallen for me right now. So yeah, I brought in Dalot. With one mind, the matrix is changing. Does that benefit him? Hopefully, I don't think we're going to see miraculous changes. I'm hoping United can sort of turn around their bleak form before the whole Liverpool situation. There's some nice peaks in there. I did see though they were in for who did they wanted somebody for 30 mil and that was it, Benjamin Pavard. I don't know how true it was. I just saw it on
Really?
Twitter, but yeah, I don't know how true the rumor was, but they basically just got shut down quite early, basically. So I'm hoping Dalot can sort of nail down this right back position for United. Hopefully Ten Hag can get him going. I don't mind him as a player. I don't love him, but I just don't mind him, and I'm just hoping that he can be a B-Tech Trent for me, basically.
Sure. I am slightly concerned about him because I think he played like as well as he possibly can have done in real life in the Liverpool game, and still scored like a 53 on Sorare.
I'm not sure what
I
happened
don't know.
there.
Oh, we lost you. Am I back? Am I here?
Yeah, the
Okay,
whole
cool.
thing went out then.
It went, yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah. Alex Wilson says, anyone leaving Fedor Smolov out this weekend? Not sure I can risk it. Alex, if you stick about, you'll see exactly what I'm doing with my Fedor Smolov. So yeah, you might have to wait a couple of minutes for that. Oh, XMK says that Song was walking fine after the game. I was just saying that Dalot, like, I watched the game and I don't think he himself could have played any better, like from a personal perspective. And then he scored like a 52 on Sorare, which I don't think is amazing. So obviously the matrix suits different games, doesn't it? But I literally thought like he did pretty well.
He did, but then you got to think he didn't get a clean sheet either, so that didn't help.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, completely agree with you. They did defend for their lives, I guess, didn't they? But I think his quality does come from going forward rather than defending, though, for the most part. By the way, I think Hadel's just conceded, which is just great.
No, they haven't conceded to Vaders. Stop.
Well, yeah, I've got it on my phone here. They've gone 1-0. Whether it counts or not is another question, but
hang on. I'm sure Vaders are they are 1-0 down. I'm sure they're in the Swiss second division.
Oh no. Yeah, they have actually scored as well, hasn't they? Oh my god.
Yeah, they are. And they're second bottom of the Swiss second division.
What? How are they in the Conference League?
So they're in the Swiss second division, but they're based in Liechtenstein. They're the only team that's based in Liechtenstein.
Right.
And so they get an entry into the Liechtenstein Cup, and the Liechtenstein Cup awards the winner of the Liechtenstein Cup is awarded a Europa Conference League qualifying group place.
Jesus Christ.
So that's how, mate. That's how. But I would just thought Rapid would absolutely steamroll them.
Yeah, that's really hurt me, because that means my chances of doing anything
shot, aren't they, mate? Those are you in second? How many games left to play?
Well, it's just the AZ boys, really.
True. Yeah, good point.
But I think let's have a little check here. I think it's that Sam Bukema, if I'm pronouncing it right.
Bukema, yes.
Bukema, yeah. I think he's the one that's. Oh no, Todibo's doing really well.
Tom sees top of U23 Rare Pro as well. Check Challenger Rare Pro for me.
Challenger Rare Pro. That's champion. Challenger Rare Pro.
Damn, he's having a good game week.
Wow. Blitzed it.
Top of the tree on both. I thought he was. That's why I wanted to double check. Fair play. Benfica stack. As soon as Benfica absolutely ruined Dynamo Kiev on Tuesday night, I was like, well, fuck. Like, there's my there's my chance of a decent reward this game week gone. But
definitely.
But yeah, interesting. Hopefully you stay in, like, Rapid have conceded, so I'm guessing like you want a T1 spot basically.
The thing is though, Nice started before I think Nice started at 6. Yeah, they're 1-0 up. Oh no, they didn't. To be fair, no, it's the same time actually. My bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's not ideal.
Yeah, you wouldn't
Okay.
really fancy Maccabi Tel Aviv to score either, would you?
Not really.
Aaron Ramsey's
No.
at Nice now. Well, how have I missed that?
No way, he scored on his debut.
No, he hasn't scored.
Yes, he has.
What do you mean?
Look.
Oh, has he? What, he
No,
scored
sorry.
on his debut? He
No.
scored.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, I literally had no idea.
I think that was his. Yeah, that was his day. Yeah, it was his debut. To be fair. Okay. Yeah, that's not ideal. I think there's a few. I think John might be staring me down a little bit here.
Is he chasing you? Ugh.
I think he is. Yeah, because I know he had a. Oh, actually, Sean had a Melvin Bard as well. Yeah, so John's in 4th with Bard and Todibo, and he's got Visharan playing, and of course Hadel, and then yeah, Sean's here.
He's got some AZ player. Oh, he's got one AZ player.
He
Pavlidis
does, yeah. Swift,
and Hadel.
yeah.
So Hadel doesn't really make that much difference, right? Because everyone's
No,
got Hadel.
Hadel's yeah, everyone's got Hadel. I don't think that's going to really change much.
So it doesn't matter that he's conceded, really, because everyone's got him.
Yeah, and then we've got Perez down here in 9th.
It'd be worse if you had a rapid defender, which you don't. I mean, it's not great that Anderlecht have conceded, to be fair, but
no, it's not. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh well. See how it goes. We'll keep an eye on it.
We'll see how it goes. Yeah, we will. Okay, I haven't looked at the comments for a little while, to be fair. Sorry, lads. Jasper says, are we setting your lineups? No, we haven't set them yet. We are going to. Josh is going to do his first in a little while. Dobbin says, Anderlecht are struggling. Alex also says, Koga is decent. Yeah, I do like Koga, to be fair. I got his super as well. I'm vertical stacking Koga right now, as Laird would like me to say. What's this now? Alex Wilson, Kyogo, Clearson, Spezian as my big specialist plays this week. Ooh, nice. Some big names there. Jesus.
Spezian could be the best U23 midfielder this week, I think.
Really? Who are they playing?
They're playing Torpedo Moscow. So it's just going to be an absolute smash fest.
Yeah, so, that is going to be a smash fest.
So yeah. Spezian, I think, is the best U23 midfielder to play this week out of anyone. I just don't see how he doesn't score 90, basically, or more.
Well, that's just not ideal because I'm not a holder.
You were, weren't you? Or you had a limited or something?
I did have a limited, yeah. I did. That's true.
Yeah, away to Torpedo, like that. He's just going to smash. There's no two ways about it, unfortunately.
Okay. Laird said he loves a vertical stack, but Quinny came up with the term. Yeah, to be fair, I was going to give Quinny his. Quinny did actually come up with it, to be honest. But yeah, Laird had secondhand influence on that one, I think.
Yeah, Laird's definitely taken the term and made it a lot broader.
Americanized it, shall we say.
Oh dear. Chase says Chernikov is also a good shout. Yeah, absolutely, mate. Yeah. And to be honest, like any Krasnodar player is a good shout this week. I don't know if John Cordoba is still L15 under 40, but if he is, let me just check. Sorare will not load for me.
Who is it, John Cordoba?
Yeah. Oh no, he's definitely not. His L15 is now 47. That's a shame. What did he? Oh, he scored. Yeah, he scored a goal against Orenburg last game. That makes sense. But yeah, like Christian Ramirez, Chernikov, Spezian, like all very, very solid options, I would say, for specialist or just like for any tournament, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, Josh, I think it could be time for us to get into a bit of lineup building. We'll do the Champions League draw at the end, I think. We'll leave that for the end. I want you to basically show us your method of madness, basically, in terms of how you set your lineups, because like I've mentioned at the start, like I did mention at the start of the stream, I watched Josh's lineup building live streams, and yeah, his method is just a little bit, I don't know, more methodical maybe than mine is, and I just enjoy watching it basically. So I'm sure everyone watching as well at home or if you might not be at home, but wherever you are, will enjoy it as well. So I'm going to hide my screen, and if you don't mind, Josh, I'm going to throw yours up.
Yeah, go for it. I'm just getting this set up. So I've literally just I had like a first draft done, but I will finalize now. So this, if for those of you who don't know, and those of you that I presume, Laird, you're in the comments, sir. Sorry, I keep going back to the stream to check the comments. Maybe I shouldn't do that when my screen is sharing. But Laird, can you confirm what tier the Game Week Center matchups tab is on Sorare memberships, please? I'm presuming it's a star feature, but yeah, in my opinion, like this screen here is just like, it basically has everything you need. The only thing it doesn't have for me is the Russian Premier League odds. So you can see here, for people that aren't familiar with this screen, that you have the win probability based on Unibet odds here, have the clean sheet probability, the chance of them scoring 3 goals, and the chance of them conceding 3 goals. Looks like Unibet don't often offer conceded 3 goals as a market on some of the leagues. And yeah, as I mentioned, they don't offer bets on Russia currently, so we do not get any RPL odds. But fortunately for me, the Russian Premier League is the league which I'm the most familiar with, which will sound alien to a lot of people, but that's my bag. Laird has just said matchups is under the star membership, and our odds provider does not provide odds for Russian Premier League like many others. Yeah, cool. So yeah, star membership, guys. If you want to gain access to this, and like in my opinion, like this screen alone is worth £100 a year. Like is the most valuable tool you will get for setting Sorare lineups, in my opinion. So this is the screen which I basically use as my Bible, essentially. And then the way which I like to set teams is I do things backwards to like every or most other managers, where I prioritize challenger over global, because few reasons. One, I want to win challenger cards, and two, if everyone else is playing their best challenger cards in global, then if I play my best challenger cards in challenger, I should have an edge over a lot of the competition, because I don't know, people might disagree, but I've got some good challenger cards. So if we look at challenger rare pro to start with, checking the game week center here, the highest chance of a clean sheet for me this week is Celtic away to Dundee United. So I'm going to be playing my Celtic defensive stack, so Joe Hart, and then the highest XP Cameron Carter Vickers. So this one, and then I will play Callum McGregor to partner, and he's due a game. He's really starting to get on my nerves. And then I have some. The next 2 spots, I'm not 100% sure what I wanted to do with, because if I knew Smolov was fit, he would go in against Nizhny Novgorod. Nizhny are not a particularly great defensive team. They do play in a low block, but their wingbacks get quite high, and they do sometimes leave themselves overexposed at the back. Kirill Gotsuk is their captain and like their main player, but like you can see, he scores terribly from a Sorare perspective. I think he's always hacking the ball away. But yeah, Solyanka, who does predicted lineups for Sorare Sharp, or Play Sharper as it is now, has Smolov with a 20% chance of starting. So like I'm not doing that in my best lineup. Like there's just no way I'm doing that in my best lineup. So I think, I can't remember who asked earlier. I think it was Alex Wilson. It was. I've not seen Smolov in train, just not worth the risk, he said. Yeah, so I just totally agree. Like I wouldn't be surprised if he does feature, because it was just a niggle, I think, last week. But and Chukavin scored last week, so I just really don't see him, Smolov, starting. So I'm just going to leave him out this week. So I think I am going to play Fernando. You'll laugh when you see this, Harry. Fernando's game last week. I knew when I bought Fernando that he would have games like this. But if we look at this, how many big chances has he missed, do you reckon?
At least 3, otherwise you wouldn't show me.
4. So we've
Oh my God.
got 4 BCMs last week. So like he's always going to have games like this, because he is ridiculously fast, but not the most clinical finisher. And he's been on a bit of a DA run, but he's been let down by a few BCMs. I think he must have had one here as well. Oh no, he didn't. Just had some really poor AA. It was only 58 minutes, that one. But he's locked on starter. He's basically averaging a decisive a game. So I'm pretty comfortable, especially as a super rare, popping him in here. And then the last pick here is tricky. If I knew Starfelt was playing, I would probably play Starfelt because Jack Patterson says the worst part was they were all legit BCMs. Yeah, absolutely. Like there was absolutely no nothing you couldn't like say they weren't. Yeah, there was no question about it for sure. So the last spot here is like really difficult. Like normally I would play someone to stack with Fernando. So either Cyborg or Sucic. I might do that.
I think Sucic is underpriced right now.
Yeah, I really like Sucic.
Quinny's in the building. Quinn Dog, what is going on, mate?
So yeah, I'm really not sure. Like this should be my best lineup. So I should be playing my best player. Like theoretically, my best players are either Malcolm or Jota. But I think I'm going to play Arsene Zakarian here.
Okay.
I really like Zakarian's matchup. He's got 10% multiplier. He's due a big score. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to play Zakarian and I'm going to captain Carter Vickers. If I know Starfelt is playing prior to lock, I will move him in there for Zakarian just because the clean sheet chance is so high. So yeah, but I would just expect Jens to play there, to be honest. Second lineup I will always do is All-Star Rare Pro. If I can find All-Star Rare Pro. Here we go.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Go for it.
Rapid red card.
Oh no.
Kevin Wimmer.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That is not ideal, is it?
This is really, really bad news. And Maxi Hoffman's on a yellow as well.
Jesus.
I really could do with Hadel having midweeks, otherwise I can't play U23 midweek this season.
Yeah, that's not ideal. So if they lose this, they're out.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Alex says Zenit away from home have been a bit meh. Wouldn't surprise me if they hilariously drew again. Yeah, maybe. I can't see it personally, but it could, it could happen. I don't know. It could happen. Oh, I'm putting Stecklenburg in here by accident. So All-Star Rare Pro here. The Ajax matchup is not fantastic. We've got a 38% chance of keeping a clean sheet and a 66% win rate. Having said that, I am going to play my Passpheres this week, and Super Rare Passphere is going in here along with Super Rare Wrench, I think. People know if they don't watch regularly, I will always defensively stack if there is an option to do so. So then I basically just need like 3 Smasher Rares. I think Pedro Goncalves could be an elite mid-shout this week, so I will pop him in here. Now, there is a question maybe if I swap him and Zakarian, if I want Challenger to be my best lineup.
Okay.
I think I'll leave this for now. And I'm playing Jota here and another Cameron Carter-Vickers. And
You're just showing off.
I think Carter-Vickers should have a ridiculous game. Led says love Pope this weekend. Yeah, I absolutely agree, Led. He's going to be playing up front. So yeah, I just think his decisive capability is just humongous this weekend. U23, so this I already had a bit of an idea about. I think Safonov is probably going to be one of, if not the best U23 goalkeeper shout this weekend. I feel like I'm saying all my players are going to be the best in their position, but that's literally just how I
mean, they could be.
And then here I'm going Timber in defence, and I'm playing the Salzburg midfield duo. This matchup against Leicester now is really good for Salzburg mids. They're just going to have so much of the ball, and decisive capability for Sucic is really high. Playing Robbie here as well. He will definitely start again, and then Luka Sucic. I'm going to captain Timber. I've been amazed with Timber's price. It's down to 1.8 now. I think I bought 4 or something. so that's good fun. But yeah, I'm just amazed by his price. He's had 2 bad games and 1 average game, and his price goes from 4 to 1.8. It just seems ridiculously reactive. Chase says, "What's your opinion on Pasveer season long? You think he has the job for the season?" Hard question, I know. In my opinion, this has been absolutely, completely cleared up today. Because Jay Gorter has confirmed that he is staying at the club. I will bring it up. Pudini's just mentioned me to say he got the Ampum SR, which I really wanted. So well done to him. So here we go. So I don't even know this source, but this is basically all coming from an Ajax. This is basically all coming from Mike Verwich. Okay, so this is from Ajax News. So they're basically saying Jay Gorter will just stay at Ajax this season. He'll be joining Ajax keeper and then back up to Pasveer, or maybe even third goalkeeper behind Stecklenburg. And with this, the only way Ajax were going to sign a new keeper is if Gorter was to leave, and then they would be forced to sign a new keeper. Setford is still injured, and they need 3 keepers for the first team. So with him staying, I just don't see them buying a goalkeeper now. It just doesn't make sense. They'd have too many first-team goalkeepers. So I just don't. I basically think that Pasveer is safe now unless he performs really poorly, in which case Stecklenburg or Gorter will come in. The other thing about the Ajax situation is they literally have no time to source a goalkeeper. They are dealing with the biggest transfer in their club's history currently. They're not going to be spending resources and time from H2 at Huntelaar and Hamster to focus on trying to buy a new goalkeeper when they already have a decent goalkeeper, albeit he's old. If he does really badly, they will probably just buy someone in January. But I basically think that Pasveer has it for the season. I think he is a ridiculously cheap price right now when you consider he probably will be, if he stays Ajax goalkeeper, a top 5 challenger goalkeeper this year. All right, his floor has actually risen quite a bit. But these sales here were, I think, sold into panic when it looked like Gorter might be leaving, and they were talking about potentially getting Odysseus. Benfica want 20 million for Odysseus. Ajax aren't paying 20 million for a goalkeeper. So yeah, I think he's safe. I think he's a good buy. This is not financial advice. I'm obviously biased because I'm holding mine. So yeah, that's my thoughts. I'm going to do U23 Rare Pro next. Not because I particularly like the lineup. In fact, it is pretty much a throwaway, but just because it helps me if I do U23 Rare Pro next to know what cards I have left for my other lineups, without killing U23s, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play Hedl, Pavlovic. Again, this nice matchup against Lustenau. I expect him to start. Capaldo for the same reason. Sesko for the same reason. And I'm going to put Robert Lubicic in here, I think. But I don't like it. He played 120 minutes midweek. So yeah, that's not great. But I don't really have many other choices. I could play a rare there, but I don't really want to. So
yeah,
I'm not a gunner. Next one I'm going to look at is Challenger Rare. It's not actually. It is Specialist Super Rare.
Okay, AZ just conceded and Anderlecht just scored. If is... What do you say, sorry, mate?
Who scored for Anderlecht?
I don't know. But if it's Big Hannes again... Oh no, AZ didn't concede, my bad. Oh. It was disallowed. But it does look like Anderlecht have scored. Trying to work. Oh no, and 2 corrections. What's the odds on that? I get 2 notifications and both are corrections. Sorry, lads, for clickbaiting you all.
That sucks.
That does suck. But Delcroix is smashing, to be fair.
Oh, that's good.
He's got 5 interceptions. He needs one more tackle, really bad. He's on a 59 right now. I'm not first, just to give you a little update. Because, I'm just not. I'm 11 points away. So if he gets that tackle, there's a triple double, situation that could look quite favourable.
Every point counts.
Also, did they win 1-0 first leg, or did they smash them?
They won 1-0, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so that means extra time, right?
Yes. Yes.
Ooh, that could be really, really handy for me.
Let's have a look.
If he stays on the pitch.
This is
they did. They won 1-0 away. Ooh.
So they won 1-0 away. So, yeah.
Okay.
This does mean extra time for sure. If it stays like this, obviously. Oh yeah, Vasharan has been subbed off. So
What
that's always
about Nice? Did Nice win the first leg?
yeah.
Because they did. Okay, that's fine.
I'm not sure, but I'm pretty
You'd
sure.
like to think so, wouldn't you?
Let's have a look. Where are they? Europa Conference League or Europa League?
At the top there, just below
Oh yeah.
Partizan.
How am I going to find this fastest?
Click Nice as the badge, maybe, and then.
Yes, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh
Okay.
shit!
This is heading to extra time also.
Oh no.
As it stands.
Well, that's not ideal, is it? Jesus.
Stokey Scott says Tel Aviv 1-0. Indeed, they sure did.
Wow.
But yeah, extra time for more points. Yeah. That is brilliant. So yeah, hopefully you can get some more points H from your Delquart anyway.
Delquart. He just
players.
I don't know, to be fair, but there's a few after me. To be fair, I think it's basically Bard and Todibo are the two culprits. Okay.
Sorry guys, I'm just looking at Kenneth Taylor's price because there's an auction I want. Oh, I probably shouldn't be saying this. I won't tell you which the player is in case your viewers snipe me, Harry. I do have a Kenneth Taylor listed, like the last one of this edition. I have a last season's edition went for 0.9. If someone was to offer me that, I would very much accept. But yeah, I'm quite keen on an auction at 2 a.m. this morning. So, and obviously need the ETH, as people can see. Anyway, I won't pump my players for sale too much. So yeah, next lineup is going to be Specialist Super Rare. Now, I would normally pay Dominic Baumgartner here, but he is injured, and from what I was told earlier today, he is not going to be back for the weekend. One of my U40s I'm actually quite excited about is Albert Valci. So for those that don't know, he transferred from Salzburg to, if this will work for me, please, to St. Gallen in the Superliga. Although everything says 0, he played in a cup match last week from the start, so I expect him to score. Look at this lovely DMP table, 39 in a row. So yeah, he was a sub in the last league game, but then he played the in fact, did he? I just want to check that I'm not going absolutely mad here. I'm pretty sure he played the game that they had. Huh.
He got his triple double.
Oh, superb.
That's huge.
Yeah, so he started this game against Stuttgart on the 24th, so like last night. So yeah, I am pretty confident that he's going to play, and he could be great in the Swiss League. I don't know, but I'm expecting him to be semi-decent. This is where it gets a bit tricky because I'm going to be using Haris Seferovic as my other U40. He has Trabzonspor away, which is not a great matchup, but he should do really well for Galatasaray. So then the other two spots are pretty much up for grabs. In midfield, I'm going to go Andrei Mostovoy because I expect him to start. It could be that Mantuan or Bakayev start over him, even if he comes off the bench. Last 20 against Ural, he has a good chance to pick up a DA there, I would say. And then this last spot, I have an over 60 available, so I could play Smolov here, but Baumgartner, but I just don't really fancy them. Sergei Semek said that Dela Kazaev is fit to play against Ural. So I don't he will get some minutes, but I don't really know exactly how many. I think the player I'm going to go with, which means I'm not having anyone with an L15 over 60 on this lineup, which probably caps it pretty hard, but is Gregory Wuthrick. They have Rapid Vienna away, Rapid play this evening, Sturm do not. Yeah, I think that's quite a nice matchup, and he could do okay there. So that's my Specialist Super. In fact, let's just quickly check the stats on that. 37%.
Josh, I've got one question for you.
Go for it.
If said team concedes in extra time, does that get rid of a clean sheet?
Sure does.
It does?
Yep.
Come on, Tel Aviv! Because Anderlecht have already conceded, so he can't lose. I can't lose a clean sheet.
Very true. Yes. No, absolutely. Yeah. Extra time is an
Okay.
extension of normal time, and therefore they do lose clean sheet points. Always a sweat if you got a goalkeeper going into extra time. Yeah, Twan says Baumgartner got subbed off injured. No, yeah, absolutely. That's what I was saying. He got subbed off injured in this game and then didn't play this evening. Yeah. So I just really don't think he's going to play against Tyrol at the weekend. I'd love to play Stefan Ristovski here, but he's not going to play because he played like 90 minutes last night. Imagine Morami will play instead at right back. So it's Unstall and Proper, which is pretty standard for me. Josip Misic did not play last night because he was suspended, so he's pretty much guaranteed to start at the weekend, which is nice. And then up front, we go in Artem Zuba, who had a really good debut for Adana Demirspor, got his goal and some nice AA points actually last week against Fenerbahce, I think. So he has this Ranyi Spore that I spoke about earlier, which is nice. And then I am, but just because I know he'll play, going to stack him with Jonas Svensson here as well. And yeah, as I mentioned, like he could do well. Josip Misic is going to be the captain, and you know that D2 side's got a chance. It sort of depends on obviously the Twente and the Demirspor games. Stokey Scott, Rapid players should be extra tired as well, having to have played at least 65 minutes tonight with 10 men. Absolutely, yeah. I don't think I'll be playing like all my Stern players because Rapid can still be dangerous, but I think that Woodthrick Super has a decent shot. Moving swiftly on. Sorry, Harry, I know I'm taking up quite a lot of time this evening.
No, not at all, mate. The longer the better, really, to be honest.
I am going to be playing IXD stack again, so I am double dipping on it this week. I probably will just every week unless they play at PSV or Feyenoord. So I'm going Ajax and then Zenit here for this pretty disgusting looking challenge lineup, to be honest. Obviously, they're all away from home. And then the question is, which is not ideal, but the question is, do I captain Douglas Santos or Malcolm? And I think against Ural, I have to captain Malcolm because I couldn't see a repeat performance from last week. So that is fine. Next lineup is All-Star Rare. And it's toss-up here between Livakovic and Mignolet. I think I am going to go Livakovic. His matchup is pretty elite, to be honest, although it is away to Siebenek. They are not a high-scoring team. Rodriguez has to play here. That makes a lot of sense. And then I am pretty light in mid-spots now. I do still have my dual Kenny Taylors, so I'm going to play... Actually, I want to play the one with the highest XP here, which is that one. Yeah. So Kenneth Taylor there. And then I think it becomes a bit of a coin flip between whether I play Kassiera or Sergeyev or Maeda. And this is a pretty tricky decision because I'm pretty certain Maeda will start. And he has a pretty good chance to get a DA. I would rather play one of the Zenit forwards because I think against Ural, like Ural have started really, really bad. They've only scored one goal. I know it doesn't matter for strikers, but they also have conceded a few goals. Soyanka has Sergeyev at 65% and Kassiera at 35%. I do tend to think that against Ural's low block, Semak would prefer Kassiera. Sergeyev's more of like an in-behind 9, like he runs in behind, and Kassiera has like a bit more hold up to be able to do better and with build up and stuff. Alex Wilson says Kassiera has been pretty underwhelming, and so does Santa's boys. And yeah, completely agree, but he is quite a streaky player. If you look at him for Sochi last year, like he has wild streaks where like he will go like this period here without a goal, but then he'll have this period here where he just like absolutely smashes the pants off things. So yeah, like obviously he hasn't scored since he joined Zenit, apart from I think in the Super Cup initially. He wasn't great against Torpedo, I will agree. So I think I just have to play Maeda here. Like I would really like to play one of the Zenit strikers, but I just don't know which one's going to play. I could play Furuhashi as well. think I prefer Maeda to Furuhashi for this matchup, to be honest. Okay, I think I'll play Maeda, and then Divine Wrench as well. And Captain Rodrigal, like, just sort of has to be. This is one of the things where I would like so prefer to have a Zenit player here, Axe, because I'd then have 2 Zenit players and 2 Ajax players, and that makes me feel nice. But that's just like a bit of an OCD thing for me. But I think I will leave Zenit Striker out, which seems crazy against Doral, but I'm just not 100% sure which one's going to play. On the home straight now, boys. The next one I'm going to do is Specialist Rare, which I really don't. I say I don't put much like thought into it because the prize pool's so bad, but I always find myself subconsciously sniffing about trying to get a decent team in here. But just one of those things. So my L40 guys, the first one's going to be Amar Dedic. For those that don't know, Ignace Bremt has blown his knee or his ankle. His ankle, I think. I don't think it's a knee. So he's torn some ankle ligaments. He's going to be out for a few weeks. Dedic will definitely play against Leicester now. Elite fixture, like I've mentioned a few times already. For my over 60 player, I'm going to play Christian Noboa here. Great matchup against Himki. For my forward, I'm going to play Furuhashi. And then my second U40 is either Sondre Johansson or Chidioze Aweziam. Osijek is not a particularly easy fixture, especially away from home. It's embarrassing, but I don't know if Johansson plays for Motherwell or Kilmarnock. I'm pretty sure he plays
for Motherwell. Yeah.
So away to Killy as well is maybe not great. So it's a coin flip between either of those 2 guys. I feel like I'm going to go with Johansson because Awaziam plays tonight and he started tonight. So that doesn't make too much sense. Underdog Rare. There's nearly 6,000 entrants for this competition this week, by the way, which is just absolutely ludicrous.
That's crazy.
So I will play Awaziam here then. Moritz Kjaergaard, he should probably be in a better team, to be honest. And then Artem Zuba. And if those of you with eagle eyes will have seen the sneak peek of my Marco Piaka unique, which I will explain in just a second. I think I'd have to go Bruno Petkovic. He will at least get some minutes. And again, as I've mentioned, the matchup against Siebnek is quite nice. Question now is whether to captain Kjaergaard or Zuba. I think I'm going to go Zuba. And that's a bit of a throwaway lineup. Like, you got to be in it to win it, but it's basically a lottery. There's 5,500 lineups competing for 150 prizes. That is pretty obscene, to be honest. Obviously, you can win star rares, but it's just pretty tricky. And then the last lineup is going to be this underdog super rare, which is not by any means a serious lineup. So it's basically just the leftover super rares I have. Like, I don't expect Sifan Shabby to play. Marko Tolic could play. Ozdoyev definitely will play, so will John Goric Stankovic. So, I'll lob those in and we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's more of a lottery ticket than anything. So yeah, those are my 11 lineups. I think this is how I'm going to go. I may well swap Goncalves for Zaharian, but I'm not 100% sure. I may swap Zaharian for Sucic. But yeah, that's me, mate. That is me.
I enjoyed that, to be fair. That was quite therapeutic. I don't know what the people at home felt like. I was in a bit of a trance there, Josh. What are the prize pools looking like for you?
Okay, cool. So I have had a gripe on Twitter. I don't. For those that follow me on Twitter, may well have seen about the Challenger prize pool. Like, we've had so many new Challenger clubs. The prize pool for Rare Pro has been stuck on 60 for weeks now, and they've lowered the amount of star prizes from game week 292. Like, in game week 292, there were 13 star prizes in Challenger at Rare Pro, and then 294 there was 10, and then there's been 10 like this whole time. I just I don't understand why there aren't more prizes in this division. The amount of points required to win, like a card, is 400. So that seems high to me. I know that's sort of where you want to be aiming, but I just think that's too high. Like, I think we should have like 15 stars, up to 50 tier 1, and then 75 on tier 2. And I think that's fair. In chat, like, there's been so many new clubs and
Do you
so
think
many
that's just a lag
re-releases.
though?
No, I just think they're just. I don't see how it can be a lag because we've had the new clubs for like a few weeks now, and like the re-releases of Austria and Croatia. I know Croatia's only very recent, but Austria, Belgium, like when Belgium was re-released, like there's so many new cards there. So I'm a bit disappointed with that. Having said that, the quality of the pool looks superb, and I want to finish first. So it's basically like one of these top 3. If you finish first, is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know, I'd probably want Tadic personally, just because I'm a big fan of Tadic. And then yeah, like there's some really good, like there aren't really many bad star pools here. I don't know anything about Elias Olferson. I'm guessing he's the goalkeeper.
Yeah, he's Midgetland goalkeeper, I think.
Why is he so expensive?
They do play midweeks as well, and he's under 23.
Oh, he's U23. Okay, that makes
Yeah.
sense. His L5 is 27, so I was like, why on earth is he so expensive? But
Oh
yeah,
my God,
that makes
we're
sense.
first. Josh, we're first.
Oh, well done.
Todibo lost 10 points, and I'm 11 points ahead right now.
Oof.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to last, but hopefully it does.
Yeah, go on, son. Oh no, Solyanka's just Solyanka lineups. If you don't follow him on Twitter, get following if you like Russian football. I know it's a bit of a taboo subject, but I just like Russian football. He's just put Chelsea wants to buy Zakharyan for 15 million euro. Sport Express, please
Oh,
don't do that.
wow.
Now I really don't know what to do. Like, Sport Express are quite a big newspaper
Oh,
in
no.
Russia, and I do not need an Arsene Zakharyan DMP in my Challenge Europe Rare Pro lineup. Well, that's annoying.
So Todibo got given a big chance missed. I don't know what he's
Oh,
done.
fantastic.
They're awaiting extra time, so they haven't even started their extra time yet, which is interesting. So I need more. This is not enough right now, but
Well,
start.
keep me posted. I mean, Marco Grohl has absolutely roasted AA for me.
Is he? Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's got a BCC, an attempted assist, penalty area entries, loads of one contest, been fouled 3 times. He's got 11 AA in the first half. First half's
Take
just come
it.
to an end. So if he can get a DA, then yeah, I'm definitely in business. But obviously, with 10 men, like that is not great. Yeah, I'm 15 points away from a T2. So if he scores, then yeah, I'm an easy prize.
And he's captain as well, which is nice to see.
Yeah, matchup was great, so I captained him.
Yeah.
Yeah, other prize pool areas we were talking about, weren't we? I haven't actually looked at the All-Star Rare Pro prize pool. God, the amount of ETH you get for podium in All-Star Rare Pro is really nice. Oh wow, okay. So we've got some, like, I would anticipate the person that finishes first in All-Star Rare Pro this week gets a Kimmich. So that would be nice. I'd just sell him, but that would be nice. Yeah, I mean, All-Star Rare Pro pool looks great, as usual, to be honest.
Back where it belongs.
Yeah, the thing which pisses me off, this specialist super rare pool looks actually like okay, but again, like you want to be coming first. Like a chance to pull one of these uniques is pretty, like Bjorn Meyer or Gregory Wuthrick. Oh, you'd have to dodge Marciano. How, like, I don't understand, Harry, how these players end up still in the pool.
How is he in there? Yeah.
Bernie Zimmerman, that'd be sweet. Capaldo would be fine as well. Press. So yeah, there's lots of like sweet uniques I would like here, but that, it's a bit pipe dream stuff, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, the tier 1 super rares are like okay. I mean, not great. Stefano Stojanovic would be okay. Evgen isn't going to play very much when Carlson's back in like 2 weeks.
Is Carlson staying though? That is the big question, Josh.
Depends if Gakpo goes, I guess.
True.
I don't know. And then yeah, like the specialist rare is just by far the worst tournament. I know everyone says it, but it just really is. And it kills me to play such a good lineup there each week, because like I had a similar lineup last week. In fact, I won a prize with 4 players last week. Let's bring this up. Where are we? 298. So like this, and like Awaziem gave away a penalty in the 85th minute. If he hadn't have given away a penalty, I'd have won a tier 2 with 4 cards here.
Jesus.
Starfelt doing me dirty, and if he plays, then pretty good chance of going first. But the prize pool is just so awful. Like, it really pains me to put a good lineup in here each week.
Yeah, I feel you.
I mean, last week was especially good because I had Pasveer as a U40 L15 goalkeeper. But like this pool, the same one as the specialist super rare pool, is the same, and there's only one of these up for grabs. So like you could pretty easily get Thielman, or it's just really bad. Anyway, enough of me moaning about the prize pools. Let's have a look at your lineups, buddy.
Come on then, let's flip the screens over. Only like I said, 5 lineups, 3 main, one's all-star with no goalkeeper, and then the other one is a super rare underdog. I've had to bring in a rare goalkeeper this week because Tani is a super rare, doesn't have a fixture for Shonen, and what is my other situation?
Can I just say one thing? For those people thinking that I've done all that in So Rare and not used Lineup Builder, my first draft was like done on Lineup Builder, so I have like a semi idea of opposition matchups and stuff. And I feel like the opposition matchups score there is pretty good. Like I do like that a lot. And obviously you've got the betting odds here as well, and you can see how many have been picked in the division or whatever. So I do really like Lineup Builder when I use it, but I mainly build my lineups like 3 or 4 weeks in advance and then tweak them prior to game week launch. And then I'd do something like I've just done now, basically. So yeah. Anyway, carry on.
No, you're fine. And then Etienne Green as well got red carded on the weekend. So I was 2 out of 4 goalkeepers until I bought a Bilal Bayazit. Have I said that right? Bayazit?
Yes, very good.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. I am working on my pronunciations.
Hard.
It is. I bought him on auction, to be fair, last night. He's the only newly minted card.
Oh, really?
To be fair to him, even though he's so I paid 0.7 ETH for him. As far as I'm aware, he is the only one. I could be wrong. Yeah, he is the only one. So, yeah, hopefully I can build up some XP on him. I don't fancy really keeping him for that long. He might act as an all-star rare goalkeeper at some point when I have my other goalkeepers back. So, yeah, I'm having to use a rare goalkeeper in the Super Rare under 23 this weekend, which is not ideal, but it's just either that or nothing, basically. And I'd prefer to just put something in with the view of just keeping him longer term. So, yeah, matchups wise, Costa and Van der Voort do stand out. Sering away for Genk, and then Rio Ave away for Porto. I'm fancying Costa a little bit more just because he's had 2 out of 2 clean sheets so far. Van der Voort can't buy a clean sheet right now, or Genk can't buy a clean sheet, even against the basically bottom of the league, or were bottom of the league last year almost. I still don't love it, even though there's nice green 59s looking at me. I just have a funny feeling you just can't trust Genk right now with clean sheets. So Costa just goes in there for me, and this is the under 23 Rare Pro lineup. It's always my priority lineup, just because I feel like my super rares, although I don't have like crazy super rares, I have a couple that can kind of just fit into here without any questions, and then I can just plug in some rares to sort of buffer it out. So super rare wise and specifically defenders is where I'm strongest. Tanguy Nianzou, Tanguy Kouassi is how I used to know him. Now it's Nianzou for whatever reason. Just recently moved to Sevilla, and they play a favourable away fixture, as you can see by the opposition score here. I know this is kind of skewed. They've only played 2 games, I guess. So the data set is pretty, small, but they haven't played that well, or defenders are playing well against them. Is basically what we're going with here for Almira. I fancy playing him. I don't love his XP, but I do think I'm going to plug him in somewhere. But the safest option for me, just looking at this, is Eric Garcia for now. It doesn't look like Koundé is registered again at home to Valladolid. I don't think you're going to get an easier fixture on paper, even though I think last season Valladolid were like hard for Barcelona to get past. I'm sure they either lost or they did something to one of the big guns last year. But either way, I think Garcia is going to pass is past his way to 60, to be honest. And then with that comes probably a Pedri. I do have a few other big hitters. Enzo, he's away, but I still don't mind the fixture. Boavista away. So yeah, Pedri's just going to get plugged in.
Wow, look at your Utkins. Crazy.
Yeah, my Utkins are still going strong. I've still got 3. I'm trying to shift one, but nobody wants him until he scores 3 this weekend. Okay, forwards is where it's getting a little bit tricky. I love the Ferreira situation at home to Real Salt Lake. He was suspended last game, so he should be fresh. Salt Lake do just leak goals for whatever reason. That is like my main forward, is what I'm seeing here. Odegaard, if he was fit, I know he's on the bench tonight. Do we think he just walks into the side, Josh? Probably not.
Pretty tricky.
Yeah,
Not sure. I don't think so. What does let's see what Dilla thinks on Play Sharper.
I think he had him down as 30 maybe, or maybe 50.
He is an AZ fan, the bloke that does the Eredivisie lights for Play Sharper, so I'd trust his judgment pretty explicitly. He has him at 60%.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's interesting. It doesn't compete with a 90% Ferreira for me, is the issue. Sure. Mm-hmm. And then we've got Zion Fleming, who actually came off the bench last game. He came back a game earlier than expected from his short little grade 1 MCL injury. And they're at home to Reading, which looks like a favourable fixture. So what Sorare data are telling me. But do I trust that he's going to start? Probably not. Then we've got Ansu Fati, who came on and was just exceptional last weekend. But looking at what Xavi said, he basically said that the reason Fati's not starting right now is a mixture of, just not wanting to risk him for 90 minutes or to start because of obviously the injuries last year and stuff. And then apparently Ferran Torres trained exceptionally well last week. So he basically jumped in front of Rafinha and Fati, which was interesting for that left wing position. So again, even though it's a lovely fixture, do I trust Fati in my best lineup? Probably not, which is painful to say. Jean-Mario will definitely play, but do I want to play a forward that's playing right back as my forward in under 23s? Probably not. He's more of a D2 player for me. I've still got 2 Cuckoos, a super and a rare that I could use. They're away, though. I don't love the fixture. I'm not going to pretend that I know a whole deal about them. I know that I think they've got 6 points out of their first 3 games, and Sandhusen haven't had that many for whatever reason. They've drawn a couple, lost a few as well. So yeah, I don't love it. I think I'm going to plug him into a underdog lineup, and then we get down to Mitsuta, who scored a perfect 100 last week. They're away to Osaka, which is actually not a bad fixture at all. Is it better than Ferreira at home? Probably not, but then my luck will be the Mitsuta gets a couple DAs and Ferreira doesn't. But regardless, I've got to go with what I'm seeing on the screen, and that is Ferreira has a great matchup, and it's just hard for me not to play him. And then looking at my final Super A in this team, there's a couple of options here. I mentioned the Tanguy Nianzou option I do like. I then also have a few good midfielder options. Forza at home. And he's been scoring really well of late. Alan Varela's at home as well. Sorry, I'm just checking my phone, and the lecture started again. João Mario, again, like I said, I want to keep him for D2. Florentino Luis is definitely an option in here. They're away, like I said, to Boavista. I do like this. It's either Florentino Luis, Tanguy, or Koga. I like the Koga fixture. They're at home. I fancy him to pass his way to a nice little 50-60, hoping for a clean sheet on top as well. I do have a Badia Shield down here, but they're at home, away to PSG, which is just not going to be fun for anybody involved. Josh, would you go Florentino Luis here, or would you go Tanguy? What's your gut telling you?
Well, I feel like I'm a bad person to ask because I don't know any of the Asian guys, so I'd always go Florentino Luis.
Fair enough. No, I get that. But yeah, I probably put too much trust in my J League guys, to be completely honest. So you know what? I'm going to stick to what I know, and I feel like Florentino Luis is probably, quote unquote, the safest option to plug in there. which I'm, not ashamed about at all. It's a nice little card to have in there. Nice XP as well,
Sure.
28%. Moving on to the Super. This is where I've got a little dilemma. Josh, would you play your strongest goalkeeper on paper, or would you play the weaker goalie in the D2 team?
Yeah, I think I'd play the stronger one.
Okay.
I don't like in D4 you have to be near perfect to get a star rare prize.
Yeah.
I feel like at super rare, like even though you're playing with a rare, there's more scope for you to like hit some big scores and have a podium finish basically, which then obviously gets like an ETH payout as well as what would it be, like a tier 2 super rare or something.
Yeah.
So I feel like a U23 tier 2 super rare is probably like on par-ish with a tier 1 rare from U23, and it'll be easier to obtain the T2 USR, I think.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I kind of,
Maybe.
I kind of can't disagree with that, to be honest. And going off fixtures, even though Bilal is at home, I do fancy the Van der Vaart fixture. I mean, it's kind of hard not to. Evgen just scored for AZ, by the way, if anybody cares. Okay, so we'll go with Van der Vaart in here then as my only rare in this lineup. I'll go with the obviouses first, and that is just plug in my unique. And for Militao, play Santa Clara at home. So I'm hoping Big Zaydu can get a nice little AA for me.
You have a unique, so this sort of like cancels out the rare play, really.
It does, but then but then it's also like, well, I'm just running 5 supers, not a unique, so I kind of feel like I'm...
Yeah, sure.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, you're right. It kind of does level it out in that sense. Forward options, like we've already mentioned, João Mario is probably the obvious most safe pick. Safe doesn't always win you things, as everyone likes to tell me. Fleming, if I knew he was going to start, I would probably like to play this in here, but because I don't, it's probably just going to have to be a João Mario play. And then, yeah, we're looking at a defender and then an extra player. So the 2 defenders, for me, it has to be out of Tanguy or Koga. I do like the Koga fixture. I also love the Tanguy fixture as well, even though they're away. Maybe I'm blinded by this 63 situation. Maybe that's just giving me some sort of bias. But then Nico Williams at home to Tottenham, I don't love it, but you just never know. I'm not saying he's a better pick than the other 2, but you just never know with Nico. He could do something crazy and stick one in the top corner. I could just be regretting all my decisions, but it's highly unlikely. Safest option is Koga on paper, so I'm going to go with him. Tanguy's only been playing, he's had 1 game for Sevilla, so this is going into his second, of course. Extra position, we could go with Daiki. He's at home, he has a favourable fixture. He hasn't really showed me anything yet that he can hit like above 15 AA, so I just don't love it. I don't want to take that risk. We have Ever Sharon in here. Away to USG, I don't love, though. I'm sure you would probably say the same. There might be goals in that game, man, but...
Yeah, I think there's definite scope for goals. He got subbed off after 80 tonight, so he has played a fair few minutes.
No, he has. Then this Forza guy, I don't know if you probably don't know much about him, but I didn't either. He was a tier 3 super rare that I won. And yeah, he got a 39 AA 4 games ago, and then he got a 30 AA last game. He's on a bit of a heater, to be fair, and they're losing all those. Well, to be fair, they won 1 game, and that was the game that he had the lowest AA. So yeah, I'm not sure whether this guy gets the nod. I saw someone
go for Sharon over here.
On.
I think.
Would you? And then I guess, why isn't it showing me my defenders? There we go. Because I do have the Tanguy in there as well.
Has Fleming not been playing for Millwall?
He has, but he did his MCL. He had like a grade 1 MCL, so he was out for 3 games, and then he came back on the weekend against Norwich. So I just don't know if he's going to come straight back in, because he hasn't started a game yet. He's had 2 substitute appearances and 3 DMPs. So I don't want to risk that.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
My heart is saying go with Tanguy, because I can just see him passing his way to a nice score and not really at risk of conceding that many. touch wood. But then, you just never know. Forza could drop another 20 to 30 AA. AZ have just scored again. Pavlidis got the assist. That's not good for us. That is not good for us, because that means Sean's flying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, we'll go with Tanguy in there. And then as a captain, again, Koga's probably the safest, but does safe win you things? Probably not. João Mario going to get me a DA? Is he going to get me a DA? The thing is, okay, so this is the first week the new matrix is out, meaning that forwards will get interception points, meaning that João Mario's a forward. I don't know if that is enough of a reason to want to captain him, but I have a sneaky feeling that he could just eat a little bit more AA than he usually would, which means I'm a little bit more obliged to want to captain him. And then, there's a Nice red card.
Oof.
Apparently. But I don't know how much that helps us.
I just need Rapid Vienna to score.
Amin Guri got a red card.
No way.
Yeah. Pavlidis 2 assists. Jesus Christ. Rob says Forza's football manager wonder kid. Surfler. Forza fixture is solid. Godoya really attacking. Could do some neat defending. AA. Ooh. Thank you for the insight, Surfler. I will definitely contemplate that probably after stream. Defenders. It's basically Seo Young-woo, Koga, or Dalot. Away to Southampton. I kind of don't mind that fixture, Jenky. What do you think?
I don't think I like it.
Don't you?
I don't. Well, saying that, I don't think Southampton are going to be amazing. If United can maybe get a bit of momentum,
I just feel like after the last game against Liverpool, I think it's like now is the best time to play United play in a weird way. Just after that sort of win against Liverpool, you know what I'm saying? Whether that means that it's going to translate into a Dalot amazing Sorare score for me is probably highly unlikely. But Koga's the safest option. Seo Young-woo could completely just eat. He really could against Jeju. I just don't know. Is it worth me taking the risk? Do I just play my card safe and go with Dalot or safer?
I think Dalot is quite a nice pick as well because he has a like a differential element in U23 that there's not many cards of him.
Yeah, that's true. You know what? Why not? And then I think the midfielders just pick themselves. I'm surprised the opposition score here for the CSKA game is this high.
Yeah, they've conceded quite a few though, I think.
Have they? Yeah, they score a lot, don't they? And then seem to concede a lot as well.
Yeah.
So we're going to plug an Upkin in there. Really. And then forwards, Mitsuta's the obvious choice, going off his 100 last game. It's a decent fixture, albeit away. Fatty, we don't know if he's going to start. Odegaard, we don't know if he's going to start. And Kutuku probably starts. Do I trust him yet? No. So I think it's just going to have to be a Mitsuta job. And then Enzo Fernandez probably plugs in as my extra player.
Nice.
And then I'd probably just captain Utkin because I feel like he owes me one after last week, the penalty miss. So those are my main lineups, and I've just got one more lineup to do. So I'm just going to plug all these in pretty quickly. I did see Surface in the building as well. Surface, what's going on, mate? Thank you for joining us. I'm going to go Costa, Garcia. Let's see what Surface thinks of this lineup. Where is Jesus? We're going to do that. And then I do want to check as well. I think I'm in third. Oh, I'm first. Wow. How the hell has that happened? How the hell has that happened, boys? That can't be right. What is going on here?
Have a look on Sorare.
No.
I'll have a look on Sorare.
No, see? I knew it. Why would it catfish me like that? Sean.
PSU really stealing it from you.
He really is. So yeah, Pavlidis has gone crazy.
Yeah, he's been doing that a lot recently. It's really dogging me off.
Yeah, it's really annoying me. Oh my god.
Yeah, Pavlidis with an 81. His AA has been absolutely ridiculous the last. He had 2 assists tonight.
Oh, Odegaard's on. Let's go. The boy's
Nice.
on.
I think he's pretty. If he's playing tonight off the bench, I think he's pretty good for a start of the weekend. Then,
Do you think?
me? Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Though Evian has scored, so maybe he's. I don't know.
So what I need here is I need one more tackle for a triple, don't I?
Yeah.
Basically. 6 interceptions, or I just need him to score.
That'd be good. Or goal line
clearance.
Be good. Any DA is a good DA.
Or goal line clearance, yeah, that is true. He's got the highest score of any Anderlecht player right now. Okay. Let me just go back to this building situation. So we've got under 23. Vander Koga. Need to plug in Zaidu.
Really sorry, buddy, but I've got about 10 minutes, and I'm going to have to kick off.
No, you're fine. We'll be wrapped up now in a couple minutes. Who was my extra here? Could just check back, but I'm going to be lazy. It was Tanguy, wasn't it?
Yes, definitely was.
It was Big Tanguy. Okay, and then we're going to throw in a debut for Dallo. The Dallo debut. Do we go with Big Jens?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you?
Oh, I don't know anything about your Asian guy, but he certainly has nice L5, so or L15.
Yeah, he's been smashing. He's smashing. Yeah. See, to be fair, he hadn't had a DA in a while, and then he did 3 DAs in one game last game. So I'm not going to say he's like a DA goat, but
he's up there.
He's up there, yeah. Okay, this was the lineup that I wanted to show you. The underdog super rare, because I don't have a super rare goalkeeper, so I can. But I can actually get out. Yeah, this is nice. So I only have one defender option. It's going to have to be Sekigawa. They're away to Frontail, which isn't a good fixture, to be completely honest.
That's not great. Even I know that.
No. Yeah, I was going to say, you might know that, to be fair, of all things J League that you might know. Okay, midfielders.
Here, right?
Sharon can play here, but then I'm like, I have a Sforza, I have a Varela, and I have a Daiki. There's 4 okay options there. I know Surfler said the Varela fixture isn't great, so I guess it's only 3 options. Do we just go with Forza and Visharan and just
I think so.
I think that could be the play.
Santa's boys are saying in the chat, Captain Promise Naboa or Santos ? That is ridiculously tricky. I think Santos. Wow, Quincy Promise is on a ridiculous heater at the minute. 200s in his L5, and he has Fackle at the weekend.
Fair play.
I really don't know Santa. I think I would go Douglas Santos because he has the worst score he can get against Duran is a 70, basically. He's really not getting less than 70. So I think I would go Santos, but I don't think there's a bad choice there. Like Promes and Naboa. Yeah, I don't know. I think I would go Santos but I don't think it's bad if you choose any of them.
Okay, this is going to be the end of my lineups, I think, Josh. Probably don't have time to do the Champions League situation, which is fine.
Sorry about that.
No, that's fine. It's all good.
We don't know all the groups of the Conference League yet anyway, so...
True.
Do it all in one roundup, mate.
We're going to have one more look at where I'm at, and then we're probably going to call it a day. We're in second. Okay.
Take that.
5 points away from Sean. Just give me a tackle, please. Oh my God. What's he done? Oh my God. He's done something. He had a big chance created. He just had a big chance created. I think we're... Yeah.
Nice. That's +3,
done
isn't
something. It? It's got to be something. Oh my God. Oh my God. No way. He's got a
Close.
7.5 on Sofa Score. Oh
Close.
my God. This is a sweat.
Mm-hmm.
It can't be. It's 120th minute, which is just not fun because AZ are in the
Yeah.
75th.
Yeah, that's never good, is it? You need a Pavlidis sub.
I need a Pavlidis sub. Okay. Jesus, this is a sweat. Oh, Pavlis is subbed. He's been subbed. I swear, him and Milos
Kirkers, yeah.
Kirkus. Oh my God, he's been subbed. What does that mean, Joe?
Well, barring Opta, you're looking sweet, aren't you?
Oh, what's happened to PSU?
Uh-oh. Johnny Feet Secco's coming for you. Who's he got in play? Oh, he's got
the same players as me, yeah. So it doesn't he can't overtake me basically, which is nice. He has a better multiplier on Hador, but I have a better multiplier on the big Hannes.
Right.
Or Hans. Okay. We just need Hans to not fuck up basically here, don't we?
Yeah, pretty much, I think. Yeah, well done. Congrats.
Wow. This could be back-to-back midweek under 23 pro.
Oof, lovely jubbly.
Maybe. Laird said, "You guys are too nice. We should have asked for a red card." Yeah, if you want to, Josh, if you want to leave us, that's completely fine. But before that,
I'm gonna have to chip off.
No, you're fine. Before that, make sure you all go and subscribe to Josh. I'm going to stay on for a little bit until this game ends, and we'll just see where we end up. Josh, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks, mate. No, thank you for having me. Your
channel. It's not debut on the chat. Yeah, it's not debut on the channel, though, is it? You've been on the channel before, haven't you?
Yeah, I think
you must have. Yeah, you have. So. I know Sean hasn't, and he's butthurt about it. Oh my God, where's Sean? Why is Sean? Oh, it's because he's got Melvin Bard.
Oh
no, Sean, get away from me!
Hang on, Chinese Sports has just said Verbruggen double. Did Verbruggen play tonight?
What?
Probably not.
No, I don't think he did. Did he? Oh my God, Nice just scored. Melvin Bard just got yellow carded. Wait there, what's going on here?
Johnny just gave me a heart attack thinking that Verbruggen plays, and he isn't. But you know.
Okay, I think Sean's going to pit me here. Yeah, I think he is.
Thank you very much.
Nice have just scored, by the way. But yeah, Nice have scored 113th minute.
So they're going through.
They're going through. But yeah, Melvin Bard did have an argument in the 108th minute, but I don't know if that's counted on his scores. Is there a way for me to check that? There is, isn't there?
Possibly, yeah.
But yeah, Josh, it's been an absolute pleasure, mate. Yeah, it has counted, to be fair. Oh no, I'm scared. Okay, well, we'll love you and leave you. I know you've got things to do.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Thank you very much. All the best.
Been an absolute pleasure. Thank you, mate.
And I will see you soon. Take care.
Really appreciate it. All the best, mate.
Thanks, chat. See you later.
Okay, lads, the sweat is definitely on. I'm worried that Sean's gonna pit me to this podium here. I'm very worried, to be completely honest. There's 4 minutes left in the Nice game. And, well, yeah, Pavlidis has been subbed, obviously. We both have Hador, so that doesn't make a difference. And then Melvin Bard is the only differential. Oh, yeah, so the Anderlecht game is done. There was 2 yellow cards at the end of the Anderlecht game as well. Wesley Hoyt, if I've said that right, and then Christopher Olsen. Jesus, okay. What are the tier? Let's have a look. I don't want to get my hope. Well, I guess we've probably got a podium, but I don't know whether we're going to finish first or not. It's kind of the situation now. Okay, so yeah, Chani asked what are the tier Sorare available. Mbappe's in there. What? Surely not. There's no way any of us are getting Mbappe, is there? Donnarumma, Vinny, Costa. Wow, this is wild. Timber, Jota, Upamecano, Jude, Vlahovic, Van der Voort, Lafont, Joey Veerman. Well, this is a much better. Wow, Terry says, imagine. This wasn't. The prize pool didn't look this good last week. I can tell you that for free. Oh my God. Imagine if we win this. Imagine if we win this. I'm really nervous that he's going to overtake me, though. Like, very nervous. Like, very, very, very nervous. We just need Bard. Chani says a great pool. It does look like a great pool, doesn't it, to be fair? No. Come on. Can we hold on? Obviously, we do have Opta to worry about as well, but I guess we could go over to SofaScore and have a look at the game from... Oh, no, that's not good. Melvin Bard's gone from a 7.3 to a 7.5 since I've last looked. Yeah, I think we've been overtaken, lads. I guarantee you we've been overtaken. Like 1,000,000%. Yeah, there we go. No! No! We need Sean to join the stream. We do need Sean to join the stream. Ah, Sean, man, you're killing me. I've just messaged him saying he's killing me. Oh, no. No. Sean, why have you got to do this to us? Melvin Bard. No. I guess we could speak about the Champions League draw then. Okay, group stages are out. Group A, Ajax, Liverpool, Napoli, Rangers. Ooh, well, you'd have to fancy Liverpool to go through there, when who's finishing second though, Ajax or Napoli? I guess Rangers won't be easy either. I don't know. Napoli are no mugs, are they? I don't know. I would say Santa's boy says 1 tackle or interception for Bard and he gets his double too. Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. Hopefully he gets sent off. That would be ideal. I don't think it's going to happen though. So annoying. Okay, Porto, Atletico, Bayern, Club Brugge. That's probably the easiest group, isn't it, out of the lot, I would say. Like, there's no huge names there. I mean, Atletico, I guess, but Hatana says let Opta do their work. Hopefully Opta can screw us into some sort of situation that can be favourable to us. Come on, Melvin Bard, just lose the ball, just do something. Yeah, from this Group B, I'm as a Diego Costa holder, I'm very happy to see Porto in quote unquote probably not the easiest group, but just there's no massive hitters in there. There's no Barca's, there's no Liverpool's, there's no Real Madrid's, no City's, there's no PSG's. Terry says Group D is the easiest. Where we're looking, Frankfurt, Spurs. Oh yeah, that is the easiest. Sorry, yeah, that is very well. Easy, subjective, isn't it? But yeah, there's not many standouts there. I would say Spurs, maybe Sporting, but Marseille are no mugs either. I think Frankfurt probably finished 4th in that group if I had to guess. But yeah. What about Group E? AC Milan, Chelsea, Salzburg, and Dynamo Zagreb. You'd have to fancy Chelsea. There's some tough groups here, man. I can't really pick a lot of these. I'm struggling to pick 2 out of every group. I'm seeing a nice third in each one. Like Salzburg or Milan's a bit of a flip for me. Napoli, Ajax, can't really call that. The Group F is interesting. Real Madrid, Leipzig, Shakhtar, and Celtic. If Celtic can beat Leipzig, they could be in for a second finish there. Maybe, obviously, they'd have to beat Shakhtar as well. But that's an interesting group for Quinny and the boys. Group G, Man City, Sevilla, Dortmund. I swear Dortmund and Man City always play each other in the group stages, by the way. Or is that just me? Okay, Melvin Bard has gone down 1 rating on SofaScore. Does that mean anything for us, guys? Does that mean anything for us? Oh my God, look at that. It's less than a point, innit? Just lose the ball again, Melvin, please. It's 120th minute. Just lose the ball for us again, please. Stokesy says Group C is the group of death. Yeah, Group C is probably the group of death, isn't it? Even though Pilsen obviously not going to do much. Yeah, Milan, Barca, and Bayern Munich. Yeah, big 3 teams there. I guess Group H isn't far behind. PSG, Juve, Benfica. I mean, it's behind, but it's not crazy far behind for me. Okay, yeah, there's some big draws here. To be fair, I like Porto's chances of getting out of this group. To be completely honest, as like I said, a Costa holder. Yeah, there's some really interesting groups here. Oh, Melvin Bard. No, he just got another tackle, boys. I think he just got another tackle. No. Yeah, something's happened. Something has indeed happened. Jesus. That is just not fun. And the left are in penalties right now. Melvin Bard, don't do this to me. Please just get sent off. I know it's not going to happen, but yeah, I think Sean's pulling away here a little bit, isn't he, to be fair? Do we have, we still have Rapid in play, don't we? But that's not going to mean anything because his Heidel has better XP than mine, so that isn't going to really count for much. That is a bit annoying, to be fair. Also, I did see the, in other news, I guess, the Panini sticker books are out, and obviously Wales are in there. AZ just conceded. I guess that doesn't really change much, does it? Chani says Anderlecht are up by 1 goal after Penn's 3rd round. Okay. Bard's got the double. Santa, don't do this to me. No. Yeah, Sean's pipped me. Congrats, Sean. Yeah. I fought hard. I fought very hard, to be fair. But obviously it wasn't to be. Watch Sean pull Mbappe now and my head will just completely go. Imagine. But yeah, what I was getting at was that the sticker books are out and I'm very, very excited. Oh, I didn't mean to play that. Yeah, I am dying to get my hands on this sticker book, to be honest. What's Stokesy saying? Inter have been back in the Champions League last 5 years, and in those years they have drawn Barca 3 times and Madrid twice. That's really unlucky, isn't it? Fair play. Lads, I know I haven't asked you yet, and it's getting late on in the game week. Can you please leave the live stream a like? Please. We finished second. Did everything we could to finish first. It wasn't to be. Yeah, as a consolation, please just leave a like on the video, on the live stream. It does really, really mean a lot to me. Does Gakpo... Oh, Chani says Anderlecht are through. Let's go. That's big. That is big. Let's go Anderlecht. Does Gakpo stay at PSV? I don't know. It's really tough to stay right now. Obviously still up in the air with the Anthony situation. It looks like he's going to go, but it's still tough to stay. You'd like to think he goes. Does that mean they want Gakpo as well? I doubt it, but maybe United being United, they very well could. So yeah, if I had to bet money on does Gakpo leave, I would say yeah. The fact that they didn't qualify for the Champions League probably solidifies that decision for me even more so than it did. So yeah, I would have to say he leaves, to be completely honest. Yeah, does look like. The Nice game is finished. Melvin Bard finished on a 7.7, 6 tackles. Wow. Yeah, he smashed it in the end. Fair play to him. Stokesy says 7 minutes for Rapid to save their European hopes. Yeah, that is big. Bard's lost a little bit of points there, but not enough for it to make any difference. Okay. I guess AZ is still playing, aren't they? So do I still have to worry about... Yeah, probably. Well, they've got a little bit of time left. I probably do have to worry about something, I imagine. We've got Nellis in 6th. Perez in 11th. Interesting. Sam Buchan on a 7.7 is just not ideal. That is very, very interesting. We went close, boys. We went close with one of the whales. Wasn't to be, but second is still huge, to be fair. Who can we probably expect? I mean, I don't know what to expect, to be completely honest. It'll probably be Hadel now. Watch, they'll go out of the European competition and somehow, somehow I'll end up with a Hadel, which I won't be that annoyed about. I wouldn't mind that at all. Maybe someone like Jutla, Skov Olsen would be incredible. Sesko, yeah, we're probably going to get somebody around this sort of situation, I imagine. Well, I guess that's the bottom. No, maybe not. Maybe more Hakimi would be nice. Gakpo, maybe. Veerman. It's probably going to be one of the new cards, you'd have to imagine. So, yeah. We'll see. I'm over the moon anyway to be able to say that I finished second. That's great news. Okay, we're probably going to leave it there, lads. What's that? Icaro not hindered his chances for a World Cup spot. Timber stayed because of that. Yeah, that makes sense. Santa says, I wish a Jutla or Skov Olsen for you. They are class above the JPL. Yeah, they're way too good, aren't they, for that league? Both of them seem really, really good from what I've seen. Stokesy said doesn't seem like a bad player. I mean, no, there's no bad players in there. They're all star rays. You know, I'm being picky here, obviously. You know, they're all great players in there, but obviously there's some that you would prefer over others. But yeah, I would love... Skov Olsen would be unbelievable to get. Jesus, that would be an insane card to get. How much is he going for? 2 ETH. Yeah, that would be ridiculous, to be fair, if we could stay on that podium. Okay, lads, like I said, we are going to leave it there. We've been going, nearly 2 hours, to be fair. It's been a really good stream. I hope you enjoyed having Josh on. Like I said, I do like his way of thinking in terms of his lineup building and stuff. It's a little bit more methodical to mine, like I mentioned earlier. So yeah, we'll definitely have him on in the future as well. Surface says, hey, great finish. Congrats. Thank you, Surface. I do really appreciate it. Yeah, Sean just pipped me to that #1 spot. Yeah, like I said, please do leave a like on the stream if you haven't already. Massive good luck for this game week coming up. Game week 300 is going to be huge. Yeah, like I said, thank you for watching, guys, and I'm going to end the stream here. Good night.